Mihalis awoke to the sounds of the auction house in full swing. Someone must have opened a door because a moment later, the noise settled back down to a faint roar. Sitting up in bed, yawning, he looked around before looking up at the clock. It was after 11, and if he remembered correctly, it was Wednesday. They'd spent yesterday settling back in and going over the last of the changes Oluf and the others had made while they'd been visiting his parents. Seeing as the girls had kept him up rather late, and he'd retaliated several times during the night, waking one or more of them up, he wasn't surprised they'd let him sleep in. He used to be more of a morning person than most lions, but since he'd gotten a pride, sleeping in had become more the rule than the exception. Yawning again as he stood up and stretched, he shifted into his dark elf form and out of his lion hybrid. Last night had been a little cool, and Talon, Caton, and even Tyria had appreciated the warmth. Azure, Rika, Jade, and Kerry had all eventually gone furry as well, once the temperature had started to drop. He'd have to see about some sort of heater, he realized, as he stumbled into the bathroom. The shower, at least, had plenty of hot water.
Somebody looks tired,
His sister Alska said with a laugh as he stumbled into the kitchen and parked himself at the table. "Where is everybody?" He grumbled, then smiled as Berry put a large plate of food on the table in front of him.
Rika's studying her healing magic texts, Azure's taking lessons from Natalie, Talon and Caton are off checking with their mother and introducing Samson to her. By the way, Samson. Really?
Mihalis snorted. She wants an older, experienced lion.
But Granddad?
Grandmother didn't seem to be raising any objections. What about Tyria, Jade, and Kerry?
Oh, they're out patrolling the auction house and keeping an eye on things.
Mihalis's eyes went wide, and he leaned forward to stare at his sister. What? By themselves?
Cool your pits, bro,
Alska said with a snort.
Cinnamon and Celeste vent with them to lend a hand, if necessary, but none of those three are slackers, especially not that Jade of yours. I put a false glamour on her and Carrie, so folks will realize they're not human.
Mihalis settled down and went back to eating his breakfast. He'd been on the edge of storming out there and checking on things, but if Cinnamon and Celeste were there, it would be safe. "You should have woken me," he said with a sigh as he picked his fork up again.
I honestly don't think any of us expected that kind of reaction.
Alska teased. When it comes to my wives, I'm not all that different from Dad or SJ. I am a lion, after all.
Speaking of being a lion, what's this I hear that you got kidnapped?
Mihalis stopped eating again and sighed. Apparently things back in Rika's parents' kingdom aren't all happy, happy, joy, joy.
Oh, how so?
Well, this Etham Mialan guy wants to kidnap her and use her to force her father, the king, to abandon his alliance with the humans and the other races helping to remove the Dievils from Europe. At least that's what I was told. Apparently he doesn't like it that the king is slumming with the humans.
So, how'd he end up with you?
Well, thankfully he's a moron, and he talked an idiot into trying to kidnap Rika, and... Mihalis looked up from his plate and smiled at her, all teeth. He got me instead.
He can't be a moron if he came that close to grabbing her.
Mihalis snorted and went back to cleaning his plate. I didn't know I was a black lion, he said between bites. He didn't even know she'd married a lion. He thought I was just some demon incubus. Hell, I got him to offer me $2 million to kidnap her for him.
You... what?
Alska said, laughing. Got him to offer me money to kidnap her. I'm seriously debating going through with it to see how much money he shows up with, and then informing him of his mistake as I gleefully rip him to shreds with my claws.
What makes you think he'll show up with the money?
Mihalis sighed. I know, right? He's not the brightest bulb. No doubt he figures he can just show up, kill both of us, and keep the money.
So, show up without her. Tell him you have her, maybe get Rika to pose for some kinky bondage pics, and show them to him. Then tell him where to send the money if he wants her.
Mihalis frowned.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.